Now today we are going to see some board programs which were asked in the exam. So these are normal programs which we are already seen in 11th standard. So some of the programs which were there in the 11th standard and also in the board exams which were asked. So we'll just see two or three today. Now this year, March 2020, for this year, see this program was asked. So all of you, I think you have done this program in 11th standard. Accept 10 numbers in an array and find its sum and average. So usually this question is asked in the question number 5 for 5 marks. So usually one question based upon your 11th, one based upon your 12th, and one on HTML. So like this, three questions are asked in question number 5, in which 10 marks are there. So any two you have to write. So like this, two different five questions are there, in which three questions are there. So any one question number 5 you can solve for 10 marks. So out of 50, 10 marks you can easily get. One by using HTML and one program. Mostly it is there in the 11th standard. Whatever we have done, it is based upon that only. We don't have to use any classes for this. But the second program is based upon 12th standard. That is C++ by using classes. Now see, this is a simple program to accept 10 integers in an array and find its sum and average. Now see, I just use an array of size 10. A is the name of the array. I is a normal variable. See, purposefully I have colored this sum is equal to 0, because if I don't initialize sum, then some garbage value will be there in sum, which will be added to this sum, and you will get the wrong answer. I have not initialized I to any number, because in the for loop I am going to initialize it. So that is why I have not initialized I. Similarly, average also I have not initialized, because I am not adding average to any other number. See, average equal to sum divided by 10. So whatever is the answer of sum divided by 10, that will be replaced in average. So I have not initialized average, but I have initialized sum. Why? Because in the for loop, I am going to add sum plus a of I. So if you don't initialize sum, some garbage value will be there in sum, which will be added to AI, and you will get the wrong answer. Now see, such simple programs are asked in the final exam. 10 numbers in an array. So you can just initialize one for loop from 0 to less than 10, and you can enter the 10 numbers over here. And in that same loop, you can just add the numbers one by one. See, sum is initially 0. So whatever elements you enter one by one, so that will be keep on getting added till we reach the 10th number. Now suppose the numbers are like this in sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So one by one, the numbers will be added to the sum. First 1, then 1 plus 2, then plus 3 plus 4, so on. And finally, you will get the result. And what we are going to do, we are just going to write average equal to sum divided by 10, because 10 numbers are there in the array. So we are going to divide the sum by 10, and we'll get the output. Sum of 10 integers in an array is 55. Average of 10 integers in an array is 5. 55 divided by 10. It will not be 5.5, because we are using the integer data type for average also. Okay. So all of you understood this program. Most of you have done this in 11. And I think all of you can write this program anytime, even if waken from sleep. Okay, next program also we had seen in 11. So this was asked in 2016. So here sometimes the question may be asked that print Fibonacci series of n numbers. Sometimes it will ask you to print first 20 numbers. Here if you write n, so if you are in the top case, then you may lose 1 mark. So to print first 20 numbers, okay. Sometimes question is asked to print the first 15 numbers of a Fibonacci series. Now those who are not there last time, or in the 11th standard, if you had missed this lecture, so what do you mean by Fibonacci series? See, the first number is 0, second number is 1, and the addition of the first two numbers is the third number. See, 0 plus 1 is 1, and the next preceding number is also the addition of the previous two numbers. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 5 is 39, so on. Okay. So all of you understood what do you mean by Fibonacci series? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So see, we are including the header files. So we are using three variables over here. See, I have initialized first to 0, second to 1, and third I have not initialized, and one more variable called I have initialized. So I am just printing the Fibonacci series. While in this program, see what we are doing. The first two numbers we are just initializing it to 0 and 1, and we are printing them as it is. See out first, see out second. See here I have shown first we are taken as 0, second as 1. So 0 is there in the first, in second 1 is there. So when we write print first, print second, 0 and 1 will be printed as it is. Now from the third element onwards, we have to print till the 20th number. Okay. So that is why I have initialized I to 2. Why I initialize I to 2? Because the first two numbers, you know, the 0th number is 0 and the first number is 1. See, array element starts from 0. So we are starting the numbers from 0, 1. So these are the first two numbers, 0 and 1. So now we are going to start with the second number. So that is why I written I is equal to 2. Now if you are thinking that the first number is 1 and the second number is 2, then you can start from the third number. Okay. Now see, I is equal to 2 less than 20. So what will this print? This will print the 18 numbers. First two numbers we are already printed, Fibonacci numbers. Now we are starting from 2 to less than 20. So we are going to print the next 18 numbers. Now see what we have done here. Third is equal to first plus second. See here, first is 0, second is 1. So while I is less than 20, that means till the numbers reaches 20, and starting from 2 till 20, 2, 3, 4, 5 up till 20. So first two numbers we have already printed. Third is what? First plus second. So what is first? First is 0, second is 1. So 0 plus 1 will be 1. So print third. So 1 will be printed. This is the third number. Now what we are doing? We are just writing first is equal to second, second is equal to third. So what we are doing here? We are interchanging the values of first. See, 0, this is the first number, this is the second number. So after we have printed this, then this will be the first number, this will be the second. After we have printed this will be the first, this will be the second. So every time the next preceding number will be the first and the next number will be the third. So see, first is equal to second. So what we are doing here, second number we are putting in first. So this is second number was what? 1. So that we are kept in first. Now what is second? So second was 0 plus 1. What was third? Third was 0 plus 1. So that is also 1. So first and second, both of them are 1. So what will be the, again third? Third will be first plus second. 1 plus 1, that will be 2. So again, we are giving the value of second to first. So 1 will be put second in first and third in second. So third was 2. So that has become 2. So like this, it will keep on moving and it will print the remaining numbers up till 20 numbers are printed. See, from 0 to 4181. So the first 20 numbers of Fibonacci series are printed. So all of you understood Fibonacci series. We have seen this in 11th also. So such type of questions are asked in the question number 5. So should we proceed further? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So last year we have seen this program also, factorial of a given number. So this was asked in March 2017. See, like I told you, most of the programs in 11 that we have taken. So among them, first in question number 5, first question, most of them can come. So like I told you, practice all those programs that we had taken in 11, simple programs, not of the matrix. See, in the final exam, only for practical purpose, bubble sort and binary search will be coming. But in the theory, bubble sort and binary search, only algorithm will be asked. The program will not be asked. If the algorithm is asked and if you write the program, you will get only 1 mark out of 4. Okay. So where algorithm is expected, write only algorithm. When the program is expected, write the program only. So this is for factorial of a given number. So last time we had seen that if we enter a number greater than 7, then it goes into negative, because the maximum number that can be stored in an integer variable is, yes, what is the maximum value that can be stored in an integer variable? Maxint. Usually such questions are asked in the oral exam. Maximum number that can be stored in an integer variable. 32767. So these are all 11th questions. So you should be knowing this now. So whenever, suppose while doing any program, if the number exceeds that number 32767, then it goes into negative, because for integer it is from 0 to 32767, and then again minus to minus 32768. So for bigger numbers you have to use a long int. So I just use long int over here. Enter the number. So if you enter any number, so this is the loop for calculating the factorial of a number. I is equal to 1, I is less than number, I plus plus. So most of the times we initialize I to 0. What will happen if we initialize I to 0? Yes. What will happen if we initialize I to 0 over here?
Factorial 0L.
Every time the factorial will be 0, whether you give any number, because we are going to multiply factorial by I. So initially if I is 0, 0 will be multiplied to that number, and every time if you give any number, answer will be 0. So see to it that you initialize I to that known number, and here you write less than equal to. If you just write less than number, then while computing the factorial, one number less will be multiplied and you will get the answer wrong. Now see here, I is equal to 1, I is less than number, I plus plus, fact is equal to fact star I. I initialize fact to 1 here, because if I don't initialize fact to some known number, then again here some garbage value will be printed. Now see how it is working. Suppose we want to calculate the factorial of 5. Now initially fact is 1. We have initialized fact to 1, and we are doing this loop till I is less than equal to number. Now suppose that number is 5. Now each time the value of I is going to increment, and this statement is going to be repeated. Fact is equal to fact star I. Now initially I is 1. So what is fact? Fact 2 is 1. So 1 star I. Now I is what? 1. So 1 will be printed. Now next I will increment by 1. So it will become 2. So what is fact earlier? It was 1. So 1 star. Now I is increment by 1. So I will become 2. So fact will become 2. Next I will increment by 1. I will become 3. So earlier fact was 2. 2 star. Now I has become 3. 6. So on till 5. When I becomes 6, then the condition will become false and it will exit from this loop, and then it will print the factorial of that number and get ch. So all of you understood factorial? All these programs you have to try at home. Now we'll see one more example which was asked in the board exam. See, this program is usually many times asked in the board exams. If you see the last 4 or 5 papers, at least 2 or 3 times, either largest of a number in a given array or the smallest, it is always asked in the board exams. So this question is asked repeatedly many times. So see, write a program to read a set of 10 numbers from keyboard and find out the largest number in the given array. Okay. Now see, we have defined a variable a array of size 10. See, because they have given a set of 10 numbers. If they gave 15, then you have to write 15. Okay. Now we have used one variable called max and I. So we are, by using this for loop, we are just accepting 10 numbers in the array from 0 to 10. So what will be from 0 to 9, the 10 numbers will be accepted. Now assume that the array, see like this. First it will be a of 0, a of 1, a of 2 up till a of 9. So like this numbers we are entering into the array, and we are to find which is the largest number in the array. Now here the largest number is 55. So how you will know that this is the largest number in the array? See what we are doing here. We are, after accepting the 10 numbers, we are writing max is equal to a of 0. So what do you mean by a of 0? A of 0 mean the first element in the array. So what is the first element in the array? It is nothing but 1. Okay. So in max 1 will be there. So we are what we are thinking, that the maximum number is the first element. Okay. Then what we will do? We will compare the second element with the first element, and we'll check whether this element is greater than this. If it is greater than the first element, then that value will be put in max. Now see, again we are using a for loop for I is equal to 1 to I is less than 10. Why I not used I is equal to 0 here? Yes, any idea? I already told you in 11th standard why I initialize with 1 and not 0 here. Yes, anybody? See, if I initialize I to 0 and max is equal to what? A of 0. So max is having 1, and if I initialize I is equal to 0, this program will work perfectly correct. And this program is also correct. But if you write this in the board exam, then you may lose half mark if you are there in the top 40, if your marks are 40 and above out of 50. What will happen if I is 0? We are going to compare that same element with that element itself. So no need of comparing that element with itself. So that is why we are starting with the second element. Now see, I is equal to 1, I is less than 10, I plus plus. If AI is greater than max, what is max? See, in max we have given a of 0. See, a of 0 is the first element, we have stored it in max. So 1 will be stored in max. Now if a of I, now what is I? I is 1. A of I means what? A1. So it will be 2. So we are checking if 2 is greater than max. So 2 is greater than 1. Is it correct?
Yes.
Yes. So what we are doing here, if that element is greater than max, then what we are doing, that element we are keeping it in max. So what will go in max?
2.
2. Okay. Then I will increment by 1. So I will become 2. Then again we will compare the second element. Okay. So I is 2 here. So we'll compare 3 with the 2. Now max has become 2. Earlier it was 1. Now it has become 2. So again we will compare 3 with 2. 3 is greater than max. 3 is greater than 2. Yes or no? 3 is greater than 2. Yes or no?
Yes.
So again a of I means what? Now it has become 3. 2. So that will be put in max. So 3 will be max. So same way we are going to compare each and every element. Now see, 55 is there. If 55 is greater than max, max will be 55. Now the next element is 6. Now 6 is greater than 55. True or false? 6 is greater than 55. True or false?
False.
False. So it will not. So it will not go here. If this statement is false, automatically it will go above and increment the value of I. Again, it will compare the next element. 8 is greater than 55. No. Again, it will increment. 7 is greater than 55. No. 5 is greater than 55. No. 43 is greater than 55. No. So max will remain 55 only. So after the processing of all the terms, we will print the largest element in the array is max. So we'll get the answer. So all of you understood this? Program to read a set of 10 numbers from keyboard and find out the largest number in the given array. See, these steps are only important. So these are normal things that you are going to accept. Initialize the first variable a of 0 to max. So that value will be kept in max. And from 1 till the 10th number, keep on comparing each element with the next. Else that element you have to store it in max. If you just remember these two steps and this, so easily you can score 5 marks in the question number 5. What if the program was to find out the smallest number in a given array? What changes you are going to make in this program? Find out the smallest number in the given array. What changes you are going to make? only one change you have to make. What is that? See, instead of max, you can use a variable called small or min. And while comparing this, what will be the change here? If AI is what?
Change.
Huh? AI is less than minimum, then minimum equal to AI. So by using just instead of greater than sign, less than sign, if you use, then you will get the smallest number in the array. See, this is the program for the smallest number in the array. So instead of max, I am using a variable called small. This is the same thing. See, small I have initialized to 0. If AI is less than small, then small will be AI. That means, see, small is equal to A of 0. So 1 is there in small. Now AI is what? AI is A1 here. So we'll just compare. 2 is less than 1. Is it correct or false? 2 is less than 1. Correct or false?
False.
False. So it will just go to the above loop, increment the value of I by 1, then again compare. 3 is less than 1, 4 is less than 1. So all the numbers are greater than 1. So all the elements one by one it will compare. And finally, initially the value was 1. It is not going to change because all the conditions are false. And finally in small, 1 will be there, which will be printing over here. So all of you understood?